Deep within the vast and luscious jungles of Java, Indonesia, there exists a group of anomalous entities whose rich cultural heritage and nomadic ways have remained hidden from humanity's general knowledge and understanding of the world. They are deemed the tungstens, a term coined by the infamous three-legged shark, tralalero tralala, in one of his many books. He went on to describe the tungstens as beastly and disgusting creatures, later changing his sentiments due to major events and diplomatic missions carried out by the legendary fighter and respected chieftain, Tung 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 Sahur.
Tung 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 Sahur.
Tung 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 Sahur!
It's scary.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Tung always at somebody with their doggone back. Y'all get out of my kitchen with that stuff. I'm in here trying to cook something. Get out of my kitchen. Every time you turn around, he at somebody with their back.
Before we delve into the legends and fables of Triple T himself, we must first go over the aforementioned rich cultural history of the tungstens and what made them into the community tralalero tralala initially described as beastly and disgusting. Originating in North America thousands of years ago, the tungstens established small camps along the eastern and western coastal regions of what we now call the United States of America and Canada. Throughout their existence, they have maintained a similar phenotype consisting of a wooden body with wooden appendages paired with two large eyes. Even their choice of weaponry has not changed throughout the years, using their signature large wooden sticks for hunting and combat. While in the Americas, it can be assumed that they spent most of their time wandering the forests, doing nothing in particular.
I love chocolate, but I can't eat it because then I'll get
The first major event in their long history is known as the Great Tungsten Boom, wherein thousands of tungstens migrated across the planet to places such as Indonesia and eastern Siberia in search of large forested regions to call home. Following this large-scale migratory event, we have the first alleged battle between the tungstens and humans. In 78 AD, an Indian migrant by the name of Prince Aji Kaka established the first known kingdom on the island of Java, where his servants claimed 20% of the kingdom's residents were slaughtered by square, wooden man-beasts. Does that sound familiar? The second known event came over 1,000 years later when a British explorer got lost while venturing to a cave, again on the island of Java. During the dark hours of the night, he recorded seeing various square demons feasting on human skulls. He published his discoveries in a book he entitled The Cryptids of Java. His book was well received by those who had purchased it, but it did not gain widespread attention at the time. Although they are most commonly found within Java, the tungstens hold land in many areas of the world, such as the previously mentioned Siberia. They are considered an invasive species in places such as the Amazon rainforest, parts of Australia, some Arabian countries, and North Africa. Their migrations are frequent, however, as they are in constant search of their favorite food, people who do not attend the religious event known as Sahur. Sahur is the pre-dawn meal eaten by Muslims every day before dawn during the season of Ramadan, which is a time for all Muslims to fast and celebrate their God, Allah. Does the word Sahur seem familiar to you? Well, it fucking should, because it actually accounts for 25% of the legendary tungsten warrior, Tung 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 Sahur's etymology. In order for us to fully understand his name, we must first ascertain the meaning of the three words preceding Sahur, which are tongue, tongue, and tongue. See, in Muslim communities during the time of Sahur, individuals may walk through the streets banging on a drum to alert fellow Muslims of it being time to consume the pre-dawn customary meal. The sound of the drum being hit is described by many as a tung 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 sound. Through simple inferential identifications, we can guess with almost complete certainty that these tonguing noises are onomatopoeia, meaning they are sounds written in word form. With the information we now have, it would only seem natural to move into a more specific sect of the tungsten's history, one centered around the man, the myth, the legend, Triple T. Before his meteoric rise to power as a tungsten chieftain, the tungsten's hierarchy of leadership was scattered and inefficient. They acted as a sort of barbarian horde, attacking or immediately acting with suspicion against any and all outsiders who dared to enter into their sect of woodlands. There was one tungsten, however, who felt that his people lacked real leadership and needed someone to bring them into a new era of civilization. His name was Tung 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 Sahur, and through immeasurable acts of strength, his name grew into legendary status that evoked a sense of pride throughout the global tungsten settlements. His most famous act as a legendary fighter before becoming chieftain was during a conflict with rival civilization's leader, Bur Patapim. It is evident by the footage that Triple T is not an average tungsten due to his teleportation and mech transformation abilities. He was able to easily trick the mighty forest guardian by allowing himself to fall inside the large hole and proceed to escape to a location behind Patapim, which caught him off guard, allowing Triple T to gain a significant advantage on the battlefield. Needless to say, the footage of the event immediately skyrocketed propositions for Triple T to become the official leader of the worldwide tungsten community. He accepted, gratefully, and would go on to take the position immediately. Celebrations in his honor ensued, and what was a small glimmer of hope for the tungsten community had morphed into a glimmer that was almost as massive as my cock. His first act as leader was to find a wife that could be suitable for bearing his children. Many female tungstens lined up outside of his tent in hopes of becoming his wife, but many of them were sent back to their villages, sad and disappointed. For hours he would sit upon his throne and judge the women, all desperate and eager for his approval, something Triple T did not find attractive, as he was more into girl bosses. All hope for the perfect woman was lost, leading Triple T to exit his tent for a smoke break and go for a walk in the nearby village, alone. There is where he met his future wife, Tung 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 Sahurita, a beautiful woman that did not seek his approval. Triple T was enamored by her beautiful appearance and her confident disposition. They went on to have a child raised by not only Sahurita and Triple T, but by his extended family, including his sister, Ballerina Cappuccina, and his brother, Ta Sahur. This would be considered the golden era of Triple T's life, a time of peace, prosperity, hope, and happiness. The greater tungsten community had entered a new stage of existence with goals that consisted of maintaining and growing the already established settlements, turning them into full cities that could be lifelong homes for the youth of tungsten society. Yes, these were the golden years, and for a while it seemed like they would last forever. But if the words of Robert Frost are anything to reflect upon, we would heed his warning that in life, nothing gold can stay. Evil has a name, and it's Bombardiro, Crocodilo. Hailing from the Crocolands, a small swampy island located in the far reaches of the Indian Ocean, occupied by exiled bomber plane entities of wars gone by, forced onto the island due to their natural-born strength and past aggressive tendencies, Bombardiro has been trouble since the day he was brought into the world. Even as a child, he was spoiled and mean, using his aerial combat advantages to pick on and bully the other children in his preschool classes. Initially, everyone thought his acts of aggression would only be limited to bullying, but they were proven dead wrong in the spring of a seemingly average school year. Bombardiro's parents, who are not documented, adopted a young fellow by the name of Bombini Gusini. Gusini acted in stark contrast to Bombardiro, yet being nearly just as powerful as him. He was polite, intelligent, and a bit of a lady killer. Needless to say, Bombardiro hated him. Tensions boiled over the course of only a few months before the brothers eventually lashed out at each other and engaged in a series of aerial attacks.
War never changes.
The brothers made it out relatively okay, but the Crocolands were destroyed.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Many of the island's residents opted to fly away and try to survive in hiding as refugees. For the first time in his life, Bombardiro had felt shame in his actions. He had destroyed the livelihoods of nearly everyone on the island and shattered whatever relationship he had with his family. Perhaps it was out of a sense of debt that he felt he owed to his fellow crocodilos, or a more selfish and intrinsic desire, but he pledged that he would make things right for his people. He started by apologizing to his brother and informing him of his plan. Gusini, possibly viewing this as a chance to finally befriend his brother, agreed to help Bombardiro with his plans. They spent months gathering people from all across the world to help rebuild the Crocolands, offering them plots of land in return. Within a year, the Crocolands were more prosperous than ever. During that time, many of the island's original inhabitants returned and elected Gusini as their leader. In return, Gusini promised them continued efforts for crocodilo acceptance on a global scale. To help ensure this, he elected his brother as the military general, which left many residents extremely concerned due to his infamous reputation. During this time of rejuvenation, the art of stand-up comedy became popular on the island. Jokesmith Crocodilo Penisini rose to fame quickly and became a worldwide phenomenon. Many of his jokes consisted of insulting the likes of other individuals who usually brushed them off and either laughed or scoffed, except for one, Ranta Santa Chino Ranta, the maple leaf cat who despises nearly every living creature on Earth. Hey, look at this ugly pussy, cat.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Alright, so this portion, sort of a directorial choice, it goes on for a little while, so I'll be here to explain it. She gets on the airplane, she's walking through the aisle, and sometimes when you're on an aisle, you're looking for your seat, and she can't find it, and so she's like, hey man, are you in my seat? And he's like, no, so she runs away. It's kind of like a comedy moment. Then the plane, it starts to take off, and it does that thing where it goes forward, and then they're like, oh no, we're not taking off yet, and then it goes back. Oh, forward, but it's faster this time, but no, not yet. And then, oh, there's the initial ascent, and the plane flight is underway. Alright guys, just thought Bombardiro would take it upon himself to strike back against Ranta Santa for the death and killing of Dildo Crocodile. Then he said, I'm going to start a global war. Can you tell that I'm really tired and I want this to be done? Can you tell? Following Bombardiro's declaration of war, many countries held the sentiment that this was the right message but of the wrong messenger, and they also declared war on their enemies, and this would be known as the Great Croco War. There was just so much war during this time, you really can't underestimate the amount of war that was going on, except for one area of the world. See, back in Java, Tung 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 Sahur was no longer a fighting man. He was strong. He was very strong. But think about it. He has a kid, a hot wife. Why would he enter into a war? Get his people killed? Risk his island being destroyed? I mean, it's just a dumb decision. So he didn't do it. And with Java's proximity being somewhat close to the Crocolands, Bombardiro was fucking pissed, okay? Because he saw Tung 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 Sahur as who he was, a powerful fighter who was not fighting with him. So when you're not fighting with him, you're fighting against him. Now, before I have to say what I'm about to say, can you think in your mind what Bombardiro did? Because, guys, it gives me chills every time, and I really don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm going to have some tears, some not crocodile tears, man, real tears, okay? This is some real stuff. Bombardiro, coming back from one of his successful bombing runs where he allegedly killed Tralalero Tralala, launched 18 bombs onto Tung 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 Sahur's village. Now, you're probably wondering, did he survive? Which I can't say. But what I can say is that I have 20 pages of script left.
Cut truck, bally shit. Champagne spilling while we hitting every bump that my Denali hit. Outfit is 4,000 and better to run.